So like I said, the average time for something like this would be roughly 15 minutes. Definitely calculator active. I don't think it'd matter here, but you'd want radian mode anytime the calculator's active.
Or can you just plug in 270?
For
20 plus 270 minus 0.7 times 2.
I think so, and I think that's why they put considers rate out. So maybe if you put something like 20 plus 270 minus the integral from 0 to 300 of 0.7 dt, something like that.
Could you just say 0.7 times 300?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, they're saying, I was not a reader on this one, so I can't say for sure, but considers rate out. I think if you have 0.7 times 300, it's a constant rate. I think it's reasonable. Yeah. Other questions? Yeah, Dylan. 3 or more. 2 or fewer, you're bleeding points for no good reason. Always, yeah, sig figs, 3 decimals or more rounded or truncated. It can go either way. It's up to you. Other questions could be content, could be procedural stuff. Anything come up, let me know. All right, let me scroll so you can see D. Here it is. Wanted to know minimum number of people. Gave that lovely interval. So you need to set the net rate equal to 0. Find that critical point, apparently 33.013.
No, on C. I did mine on
166, whatever.
seconds.
Just looking at the scoring.
Yes.
For the second instance, identified T1. So did you not need to identify T2?
Probably not. Simply because I think that's where you're probably the maximum.
Right, yeah.
And if you could, and not being a reader on this one, I would assume, based on the way that that's worded, that I would agree with you.
I don't know. I didn't apply.
I think it's always good to include all your critical points and basically either analytically or somehow justify, here's why it's not this.
Right.
But I think,
I just wrote T1, but I
yeah,
said that as
because you probably saw that the net rate can be positive to negative, and so why would I include that? I think that's reasonable. And the way they put it, you only had to really work with that particular critical point, so I think you're probably good on that.
Jake said, Jake, are you gonna hang out with me?
Okay, so guys, there's A, B, C, D. I would encourage you, if you haven't already been doing this, I would encourage you to score yourself. All the FRQs are worth 9. For those that maybe forgot or hadn't seen that before, all the FRQs are worth 9. And if you're making 7, 8s, and 9s out of 9, you're in a really good shape as far as your composite score. So consider, we'd love it if you all went 9 out of 9. Of course, everybody would love that, but realize 7s, 8s, and 9s will be awesome. And of course, you understand how that works with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're trying to be competitive with that and you want to get the 5, you understand that a 108 out of 108, like a perfect composite score, is a 5. And a 80 out of 108, which is far from a perfect composite score, would be a 5. And you'd never know the difference unless you actually made a 108 out of 108 and then actually send you a little letter that says, you are impressive. You scored 108 out of 108.
How did Caroline Noonan do last year?
She didn't get that. Because they send the teacher a letter too. But and we're talking like 500,000-600,000 people worldwide, and it's like 2-3 people. So it's really, really difficult to do that. But
Yeah. Any of your students ever done it?
no.
Because I know she got like a 106 on the practice test.
Yeah, she did. I thought she had a shot
No,
at it.
Caroline Noonan.
I thought, yeah, this is from 2017. It's number 2. I'm going to try to do a little bit of zooming here as best I can. There we go. That's about as good as I can do. Can you read that?
Yes.
If you need to move forward, go ahead and move forward. 2017, so this is from 2 years ago. Number 2, and you can tell that this was not on the AB exam. This was on the BC exam. So I will say this, it's pretty common that it follows this pattern. Who knows, maybe they'll mix it up this year, but usually number 1 is very much of an AB question. And then number 2 is where you get into some stuff that's got some BC material, kind of like this one. We don't know if they'll do that this year, but that's been the trend for sure for quite a while. So if they don't have it up there and you want to ask about it, if you're having a hard time deciphering, just let me know. There's A and B. And again, I encourage you to give yourself a score. 1 out of 2, 2 out of 2, 0 out of 2, whatever it happens to be. Ask questions. So questions on A or B?
Why?
Anything I can do to help?
Yes, it did.
Walking around, a lot of folks forgot either the 1/2 or the square.
I forgot squares.
Literally, Josh?
Yes, great.
Wait, on where did the 1/2 come from?
So they in B it says write an equation where I think region S is split in half area-wise, and so the 1/2 is just part of the. Oh, are you talking about this 1/2 right here?
Yeah.
So what they're saying on that one, I think, is they're saying that the integral from 0 to k. Oh, it's the area in between, right? Yeah. So they're saying the area that we're looking for is exactly half of the whole thing.
Okay.
And that would give us the ability to find k. Yeah.
The question said you have to solve it so like the solution to the equation is it's like k equals exactly this.
I think it says set up but do not solve.
Right. Can you go back to where it shows the question?
Right, but do not solve an equation involving one or more integrals.
The solution gives the value of k.
Yeah, so if you found the solution, you would know what k is. But it doesn't tell you that you actually have to find it.
I was like
You were trying to solve
the
it?
steps, and then I was like, I have to set it up so it's like the equation is in the form k equals exactly
No,
like that.
no.
I was like, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that.
That'd be really,
Okay, good.
really unpleasant.
Okay, I'm glad to know that I don't have to do that.
Yeah. Maybe not even possible without a calculator.
Right.
Some kind of CAS. Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, any other questions on A or B? Okay, C and D.
You guys have the whole 0 to k thing?
Would you have a question on B?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So there's C. C, the answer ends up being 0.485. There's a lot of steps leading up to that, so I certainly want to consider.
Well, that wasn't that hard.
Emma? No, I think if you did everything in the red box, I think you're good. Yeah, they try to tidy it up sometimes, but I don't think there's any real need to do that. Unless it says justify your answer, that kind of thing. Other thoughts, other questions? Okay, so then I'll show you D also here. So D is there. So you set W of theta equal to what you just found in C. Solve that with your calculator. Calculate W prime at that angle.
Okay, wait, I can try to help you.
I got B halfway. Minus 3. General, I think. Essence was
You find the last one that like that's how we're recorded already.
but it's like,
Jordan.
When we find the area.
Say again?
So for D, I set it up right. I'm just wondering, like, how do you actually find this where W theta equals that?
So I don't think that this is W of theta. I think W of theta is just G minus F. So I think, is that an integral right there?
Yeah.
I don't think we want that integral there.
Okay.
We just want W, like you wrote up here, this is good. So I would say you for sure got point number 1, right? Because you set W of theta as defined equal to 0.485.
Okay.
But then you replace W of theta with something that is not W of theta.
Right. I'm just wondering, even from here, like, how do you?
Yeah, I would use your calculator. So I would type in W of theta. So that would just be,
That's W theta.
yeah, so I would go, you have to use rectangular form to do it.
Okay.
So I'd go back to my rectangular form. So, and then, oh, but you put,
Yeah. That.
I don't think it's going to like that. So I think what you're going to have to do is type it in. So you're going to have to type in, I don't know what the equations are now, whatever G is, but in terms of X, minus F in terms of X. And then the other one would be 0.485, whatever. Then find the intersection point. Does that make sense? If you're going to find the intersection point, you've got to use rectangular form. Is that good? Is that good enough? Guys, any other questions?
So if you want to find half that area,
Now's your chance. Now would be a great time to ask. Anything? Any questions?
yeah.
What you got?
This might be a little bit of a silly question. I just want to ask you like this. So the area of R
Yep.
is equal to 1/2 the your function squared.
Yep.
But then the area of S is equal to 1/2 the area of your function squared. Right?
So S was the area
It's like G
between them?
G minus F. I get that. You do all your squaring business. So then when you're finding half of S, shouldn't it still be half of this one again? Because this was open. Like that.
Are you guys doing this?
So shouldn't it be 1/4 0 to pi over 2?
I was thinking about not laughing.
Do you see what I'm asking?
You're allowed to
I
laugh.
think so. Hang on, let me see.
Yes. 3.
So what they've done is they've divided everything through by half. So like there should be a half right here,
Okay, never mind.
and there should be a half there. So if this was a 1/2, this would need to be a 1/4.
Yeah,
Okay, wait, now we're.
that helps. I just didn't make that connection, so
Okay.
I'm gonna write it like that just so I.
Yeah,
Got it.
1/2 times 1/2. Yeah.
I see where that. Thank you. That
Yep.
helps.
Absolutely.
I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but so just push that.
This is still what?
Is it still from
This was 2017.
Okay.
All right.